Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to share the screen real quick. We're going to do a story on the back of the story that I did about all of the many different produce and meat food facilities that have been burnt to the ground literally since November. It was actually pretty crazy. I'm going to link it if you didn't see that video at the end of this video. And I think it is absolutely astonishing, seriously, how many of these places are burning down. As a matter of fact, I was building that video up and putting all the links together for you guys, and I Googled one that was a potato processing plant, and I found that it was multiple potato processing plants that have burnt to the ground since November, and it is only going to make things worse. But look at this. The FBI is warning of targeted cyber attacks on food plants after mysterious rash of fires. Okay, this came out yesterday. I think it is very important to go over this because it is telling of the world we are living in right now and why it is so vitally important you get food right now. Start storing food. I think it is absolutely vital to your sanity, your health, your survival. I'm not joking, because the inflation is going to get totally nutty here pretty soon. All right, so we're going to go through this. The FBI Cyber Division published a notice this past week warning about increased cyber attack threats on agriculture cooperatives, which comes at a time when a curious string of fires and explosions damage major food processing plants around the country. Guys, a little side note, you guys know that the Taylor Farms facility, a massive facility in Salinas, California, near me, burnt to the ground this last week. And it was not the only one. It is getting worse. We are seeing fires, explosions, all kinds of crazy things happening all over the country right now. Said in a quote, ransomware actors may be more likely to attack agricultural cooperatives during critical planting and harvesting seasons, during operations, causing financial loss and negatively impacting the food supply chain. The notice reads, adding 2021 and early 2022 ransomware attacks on farming co-ops could affect the current planting season by disrupting the supply of seeds and fertilizer. Let me, first off, guys, I'm going to let you know my actual thoughts at the end of this, where we're at with it. But I want people to realize too, remember the JBS meat packing plant that had the hack. That was about a year ago, and knocked them offline. And they were the largest meat processor in the country, I believe, and knocked them offline for, I want to say it was like 8-10 days, if my memory serves me right. So this can be very critical when we are going through this very serious supply chain crisis and inflation. It says the agency warned a significant disruption of grain production could impact the entire food chain, since grain is not only consumed by humans, but also used for animal feed. In addition, a significant disruption of grain and corn production could impact commodities trading and stocks. And that is another very serious situation there, because if fear starts to grip the stock market, the futures prices can run up and exacerbate the problem even more, causing even higher inflation and supply chain difficulties. All right. Now it says here, the FBI warning comes as nearly 24 food processing facilities across Canada and the US have experienced a string of fires, plane crashes, and explosions. And here's just a little bit of some headlines right here. And then this is a list. Actually, I used this list to make my video the other day. And quite frankly, I do not believe that we are finished here. I believe it is going to get much worse. So I'm going to link this article in the description below. But let me go over where I believe we are at. You know, they talk about cyber attacks, and you always think, when you think cyber attacks, some hacker sitting in his basement. But I'm going to be honest with you. I quite frankly believe this is a group of people that want to inflict massive pain throughout the world. But right now we're talking about primarily the US, to cause people to lose sight of what is not only important in life, but also get them into a position where they're scared and ready to take a new currency. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. I did a video about the digital dollar and their plans on releasing it the first part of next year. You have to realize that to do something that massive, the public would have to be in a pretty crazy spot mentally. And so when I say I don't think you've got a lot of time, I'm not joking. As a matter of fact, you've got no time. And this is why. Because I hope it causes a little bit of panic in you, because right now inflation is just going up and up and up. The Fed is not doing anything. And The psychological effect of when inflation hits double digits, and I'm not joking, I actually think that we will probably hit double digits in the next CPI read, because the producer price index was what, 11.2 last, and we always follow that. And I would not be surprised that with a myriad of just a ton of new price increases for everything from fuel surcharges to just inflation add-ons, companies adding to their price, that we could very well see double digit 10% inflation in the next CPI print. And when that happens, it will cause a psychological, it'll damage people. It will trigger things. It will cause people to run to the store and start buying things up like crazy. It's just something that happens to human beings. Okay. It is like a psychological trigger point. All right. So I think that there is a group of people in this world, and I don't want to be a part of it, guys. And I do not think Ninja Nation is going to be a part of it. I believe that you guys are getting prepared. You guys aren't scared. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and hit those thumbs up all the time, because what it does is it gets this logical planning out to the world. And not everybody's going to be ready. Not everyone's going to get prepared. But what's important is that enough of us do, so when we can crush it during this next market collapse and buy up everyone's stuff, we can take care of people. We can help them out. Guys, I thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up and sharing these videos, not only with family and friends, but get them out on social media. All right, guys, that being said, you don't need to look at that advertisement. The Economic Ninja is out.